All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You tuned in to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Got a special guest in studio today. I call him Lethal Injection. His name is Jalyn Connor, senior point guard for Lab University Prep. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you?
Man, we back at it. I'm excited to have you in here, to talk a little bit about, the team, the season, what you all about, for the people that don't know who Jalyn Connor is, tell them a little bit about you, about what your game is, what you bring to LabU.
I'm Jalyn Connor, class 2026. I'm a 3-level scorer. I can score from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I can point guard, pass first guard. I can shoot the ball. Really all around guard. Defender, take charges. Hey man, got to be able to play defense too.
So when I came up with that nickname for you, Lethal Injection, I'm like, man, you bring so many issues to a team on the court. You're a threat on offense. You're a threat on defense. You're a pest. I've seen you in practice several times. Go down there and guard big guys. You pick up full court with a point guard. You really bring a lot of energy and things to a team, which is special. So I was talking to a college coach about you. We was just kind of talking off camera, and I was like, he's kind of like a high school version of Trae Young. He facilitates it and he can score it at a super high level. Do you have a comparable of who you think you play like, or you want?
I don't really have a compare. I like to play like myself, my speed, my type of game. I like to play like how I play, how I train. That's how I like to play. Bring it on the court, bring it off the court.
I like it. So when you've been practicing with us, we into a few weeks of practice. What you think? You see with our group? You like how we looking? What's your prognosis?
I definitely like the group. Some stuff we need to touch up, but that's like all teams. I feel like as the season comes, I feel like we'll be ready. Defensive wise, we just got to be more long and have our hands out. Most of the times we just have our hands out. We got to steal most of the time.
For sure.
So I just feel like we need to have our hands out most of the time on defense, talking a little bit more because I know a couple of times when everybody get tired, the floor get quiet. So you want to go to the next level, you got to be able to talk when you're tired. Got to be able to play defense, all that stuff, man. But I think we really do got a good group, and I feel like we can go far for sure.
Yeah. So this is your second year with us at LabU. Last year you was on our regional team. This year you're gonna be my starting point guard on my national team, and in storybook fashion, last year you started the season off first game and had 50 points, which is
51.
My fault, 51. I'm not gonna short you that 1 point because they all count.
But
as a scorer myself in high school, my high was 42 points, and I know what it felt like dropping 42. What does 50 feel like?
You want a gun, bro. That's it. You want a gun. You just gotta act like you want a gun, like you training, like nobody in the gym. Yeah. That's how I was. I went into that game really like wanting to kill for real, really wanting to make a statement, go into a new season, new program, new everything. So I really went into that game wanting to show everybody that I can really score from all 3 levels for real. So that's what I did. Score the ball from all 3 levels.
I like it. I was here for that game, and you definitely was scoring it from all 3 levels. You was at the rim, you was middies, you was deep threes, you was and one-ing, you was hitting your free throws. Like as far as a player being locked in for a game, I think you was right up there with some of the best performances I've seen. I'm just hoping you got another one of those in your bag for.
I'm going for 52 this year. I need 52
for our
this year.
First game,
I need 52 this year.
Speaking of our first game in our season, we got a really good schedule. We opening up in Kentucky against Wesley Christian, which is a top team in Kentucky, and we're going up to Oak Hill. We're going down to Florida to play DME. We're playing some of the top programs in the country. What you got planned for these teams?
Man, what they got planned for me.
They
got planned for me. They got a lot planned. So I'm just going in them games like how I go into every game, shoot the ball, be a point guard, play defense, take charges, do what I do best. That's all I'm here to do. Do what I do best.
I like it. I like it. Well, I really appreciate you coming in studio. I would love to get you back for another segment right here. Let's keep the audience tuned in, and let's continue this in segment 2. All right, welcome back. Segment 2, we in studio, lab certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech, in here with Jalyn Connor. We've just been talking about, what he brings to the team, who he is as a player. So let's talk a little bit about your recruitment and what you want to do at the next level. I know we got a college visit scheduled for this weekend. I'm gonna take you and a couple of our other players up there to a college up north. We'll just leave that out there. Surprise coming back. We'll get back to you on that. But as far as your recruitment is going, what do you think you can bring to a team at the college level? Are you ready for college? What's your thoughts on the next level?
I feel like I'm ready for college. It's just the only thing is the lifting part and the body part. Everything else I feel like I got, and I can, if I need to pick it up, I feel like I can pick up easier when I'm there. Like the little stuff that they do, but everything else, as far as lifting wise, get my body right, I feel like that's the only thing that
And I don't think you're any different than any other senior that's heading off to college. That's the biggest thing that most kids leaving high school have to adjust to is the strength and the overall size of players at the next level, because you're going to be running into players, 21, 22, 25 years old. It's a lot different than a 18-year-old or 19-year-old boy compared to a 22-year-old guy, 23-year-old guy that's been lifting for the last 3-4 years all day, every day. So if you can get that adjustment down, we got a pretty good lifting program here and trying to prepare guys like that. So if that's what you need, definitely get into that, because that's going to be helpful. Because as far as your game goes, it's no doubt you can play at the next level, but you got to be able to handle the physicality. If you had your choice of schools to go to, you don't have to give me a school, but what style of play? If you want to give me a school, sure, but what style do you think would fit you best at the next level?
A school I like a team. Well, I ain't gonna say team. I like a school that's like they like to run a lot. I'm a type of player that like get the ball out where the offense make the layup, dunk, shot, whatever they do. Let's get the ball out and let's run. Let's get it right back. So I'm the type of person to get it right back, shoot the ball a lot, play defense, scrappy. That's the type of school that I'm looking at.
You definitely are a problem in transition, so going to a school that like to slow it down would actually be they'd be holding you back. That's almost like having a new Mustang and you only stay in second gear. You don't ever open it up into the fifth gear and really show what you can do in the speed aspect of it. If you had to critique your game and kind of talk about areas that you think you need to work on, whether it be now or in the future, what you trying to improve on as you develop as a player?
Definitely trying to improve on my left hand. Left hand, everything really. I ain't gonna say it's weak, but it's definitely cause some stuff I need to work on. Left hand layups, high off the glass, floaters, left hand, up and unders, left hand. Really, left hand with the ball handling, everything with my left hand. Really, I really been mainly focused on my offhand. My right hand's pretty strong. I still been working on it. Don't get me wrong, but really focusing on my left hand, because at the next level you got to be able to score from the left side and the right side. So correct. That's what I've been doing, focusing on that left side for real.
Yeah. So we opened up LabU Christian Academy, the school part of it, just last month. We had our first days of school. As a student, where you think you are as a student, what you looking to improve, what would be your area that you think you want to go into as a major when you get to college? What you think you want to study? Give me a little bit about your academic side.
I've been looking at sports med right now. I've been looking at for the past a year or two. I think I started looking at that while I was in Mallard Creek, so I say like a year or two. That's where I'm thinking about taking my path to, or that on that side. School wise, I mean, I'm a good student. Got to get the schoolwork done. Can't play basketball without doing schoolwork, so got to get that done. But yeah, I've definitely been looking at the sportsman so far. So
Yep.
I feel like I'm gonna take that.
That's a field that if you get into, you can still stay around the game a lot. You can help athletes, recover and all those things that go into, keeping athletes healthy.
Yeah.
It'll actually help you as an athlete on how you can keep your body right. So that's not a bad field to go into. I got a couple friends that are in that field, and they work for pro franchises, and you can stay in the game for 30 or 40 years, way after you're done playing, in that field. So that's I like where you're going there. Before we get out of here, what's your who you like in college basketball? Who you like in the NBA? Talk to me.
I'm a Duke fan for sure. Sports. I'm definitely a Duke fan. When it comes to college, Duke fan all the way. NBA, I've been a Warriors fan for I think since 2016, 15.
All right.
So I've been a Warriors fan for that long. Ain't gonna change. Only reason why I say I'm a Warriors fan because how they play and my style of play, that's like how I play. Shoot the ball, they run, play defense, scrappy. That's I can kind of see that's where I can fit in that, or like that's where I definitely go.
I could dig you on both sides of that. I'm a Duke fan myself, even though I have no ties to North Carolina. I just really like Duke. I have family that works at Duke, and I really like Coach K and how he got down. Actually, my Twitter name is the Black Coach K, so I really like Duke a lot. I'm with you right there with the Warriors. I grew up in California, so I really like the Bay Area basketball. I'm from Sacramento, so I grew up watching the Warriors. So I'm feeling you on both of those choices. But once again, I'm totally pumped to have you in studio, letting the world know who Jalyn Connor is. As we reach out into the season, I'd love to get you back in and kind of talk about how it's going for us, how it's going for you, and give them an update. Once again, I appreciate you coming in. Stay tuned. Segment 3. We'll be back. Lab certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Stay tuned. We out. All right, welcome back. Segment 3. You're listening to Lab Certified, WDRB Media, the voice of the community. In segment 3, I got a special guest in studio, Mr. Christian Marcellesco.
Thank you, Coach Andre. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. You're from Romanian descent.
That is correct.
From Romania. I wanted to talk a little bit about international basketball. There's an influx of international players in the NBA, and actually a lot of the really, really good players are international. What's your experience? What's your thoughts on the influx and the way the world is seemingly catching the U.S. in basketball, and in some places maybe even passing us as talent?
Well, great question. I think the international basketball school is more about fundamentals.
Okay.
It's more about passing, more about the vision of the game. NBA, kids in US are athletic, on average, are athletically much more superior from an athletic perspective than your average European player.
Yes, sir.
That being said, they do have the fundamentals, they do have the passing game. Think about almost like NFL. You have players in NFL tackling, but each summer, every very good NFL teams, they will hire a European rugby instructor to teach them how to tackle properly.
Yep.
Basketball was not that big in the 80s. Yes, it was the former USSR, it was Greece, it was former Yugoslavia, but we didn't hear that much, nor it was advertised. We didn't hear that much about Bill Russell, like Lakers versus Boston in the 80s, Larry Bird. I truly believe that Michael Jordan is the one to put NBA on the map, and everybody started copying Michael Jordan. Everybody was, hey, maybe 1 year of training I can dunk, maybe I can do the 360 spin, maybe I can switch from one hand to another. But to your point, I think it's all about fundamentals. They have the fundamentals. It's just a matter of catching up with like a good training regimen to catch up with athleticism.
I really am big on the fundamentals. I'm big on development. I'm big on IQ. I like all of those things. That's why I really like the international style of play. My family is from Australia, so my first time in Australia, we went to a basketball game, and I think we were watching kids 12 or 13 years old. For one, it surprised me that they were using a shot clock. For two, I'm watching young players run offense, execute without a whole bunch of dribbling and taking bad shots. So it made me really realize that the world is actually practicing a better way of playing the basketball game than us.
Yeah, because for a long time, NBA was pure athleticism.
Correct.
But then you have like finesse players, and to your point, you have I don't know, Jason Kidd, maybe Stephen Curry. They bring finesse to a very athletic game.
Yes.
Because one-on-one, again, on average, every NBA player is going to beat one-on-one a good international player. But as a team, the way you still remember like the Indianapolis World Cup in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't win the gold, even though we had professional players. Because as a team, you have a chance with proper fundamentals, even though not so superior athleticism, you have a chance to beat a better team.
When I think it really is exposed us versus the world when we go to the Olympics, right?
Yes.
I see teams that I never even thought would be competitive. The South Sudan, you see teams from South America, even teams like Jamaica and the Caribbean teams, they all have NBA players on them, and when they're playing the right way, moving the ball, cutting, screening, passing, running good stuff, those teams are making our NBA guys actually work and making it tough. It took a miracle shot for the U.S. to beat Jokic and his team. So when we look at the development of young players around the world versus the development of our players here, a lot of them are missing the skill and IQ and learning how to play the right way. I heard someone say internationally when they practice every day of the week to play one game on a weekend. We'll practice twice a week to play 5 games in a weekend. So the development is lost, and the focus is more on playing games, which is actually, I don't think, is the right way to play.
Yeah, and I think it was a tectonic shift. 1992 Barcelona Olympics, the very first dream team.
The dream team.
If you remember, during that tournament, NBA players, and of course, best of best in the history, they were beating teams by 50, 60 points.
Definitely.
But then the world is catching up to NBA. NBA is still the gold standard, but it's much harder to remain number one than become number one.
Totally.
So NBA, don't get me wrong, it's still the gold standard, but the world is doing its best to catch up. As you said, fundamentals, training, just having the vision of the game. And that's why I think the gap is closing. Not that NBA is still like, that's why you have the influx of players, because guys like Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson, they were innovators. They didn't have anybody doing those moves or the things they were moving.
Yeah.
But right now, 30 years later, you had lots of other players being able to get inspiration from their moves, to get inspiration from the things they were doing, and include them in their game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I think that's, to your point, I think that's why international basketball players are catching up to NBA. They have the pioneers, and they have the fundamentals, and they work tirelessly to pretty much catch up with the gold standard, which is NBA.
I agree. Well, man, I could talk international hoops with you all day. I just really wanted to open up this conversation to our audience. Everybody out there, they think the U.S. is the only way to play ball, but it's a lot more ball out there. I just wanted to bring you in to have that discussion a little bit. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Coach.
Be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Mr. Christian, thank you again. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be back. I'm out.